Hello and welcome everybody back to the video. I'm your SimCF5 and I'm your flight instructor for any similar purposes. Your request is on Microsoft P3D DCS. Leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer it as best as I can. And saying that, fly the RJ in real life as well. So if you have questions on the CRJ or becoming a pilot, leave a question on that as well. Thanks for joining me today. Please take a look at the channel sponsors at the bottom right corner if you're interested in anything like that. I do have some links down below that you can check them out, especially with FS Expo coming around the corner as well. So today we'll be talking about some misconceptions on the CRJ. I've noticed a lot of people either commenting or complaining of certain things that are bugs / it doesn't work, yet they're not doing anything correctly. So this is going to be a video on that. The first misconception I'm going to talk about is the CRJ does not have VNAV climb or in cruise either. And what that means is you're basically going to be having to climb in one of two modes, either vertical speed or speed mode. And usually in real life, we're always going to be in speed mode as you're more speed protected than in vertical speed. We do change it up from time to time, especially passing through 10,000, we'll go VS instead of speed mode, because if you go speed mode and dial up your speed to accelerate, the airplane basically levels off and now you're not climbing anymore, and ATC wants you climbing at the same time. So we use them interchangeably, but you can't use VNAV in a climb. The next thing is the CRJ does not have an auto throttle. It has a FADEC system, which stands for Full Authority Digital Engine Control, but it's not an auto thrust system. All it does is it measures and controls all the engine parameters and syncs your throttles together the same N1. And if I put my thrust lever in the climb detent, it's going to be automatically sensing what the best climb performance thrust setting is for that day and that temperature and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to sync the engines together. In the 200, which doesn't have FADEC, you would have to manually keep increasing thrust as you start climbing. And each throttle might be separately, they're not completely flush with each other. They might be asymmetric. So you'd have to have different throttle settings to get the same thrust setting. So that's what FADEC does for the CRJ 550 all the way to 1000 series. And next one I come across a lot is the CRJ cannot do a Cat 3 approach. That is false, depending on the CRJ model. The ones I fly rural, the 900s, we have HUDs on ours, and they are equipped to do Cat 3A approaches and also Cat 2. And the Cat 3A approach has to be hand flown 650 feet above ground and below. No auto thrust, no autopilot, and no auto brakes, as the CRJ doesn't have any of that kind of stuff. So it can be flown all on the HUD, and it's a captain only approach because the HUD's on the captain side. Okay, last topic today is pressing the approach button with the white needle still selected. I have multiple videos on this. If you want an in-depth tutorial, it's on my how to intercept ILS video in the V2. But basically I still see people pressing the approach button while they're in white needles, and although the airplane is capable, the NG at least, is capable of doing auto nav to nav transfer, which means white needle navigation to green needle navigation and intercept and capturing the lope for you and switching those. We don't want to do it in the sim, as it's not the greatest in the sim, and in real world sometimes it doesn't switch either, because sometimes you parallel the lope course and it'll never capture, so you gotta manually switch to green. So I recommend manually switching your nav sources to green and then clicking approach. You're technically not doing anything wrong, but you're going to have better results manually switching over to green, at least in my experience. So I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope you're enjoying the V2. The V2, as I've said for a long time, is a great foundation for what's to come in the CRJ. Keep flying it, keep learning it. I know there's some things that might be bothering you and you want some things added. Those things are coming. I think you're going to like what's coming down the pipe with the CRJ. So stay tuned. I got the ProDesk Sim CRJ throttle kit on the way. I've ordered that. If you'd like your own, I also have a ProDesk Sim link down below. You can save 5%. So I ordered my own. They're becoming hopefully the beginning of June. And I also have some other CRJ hardware on the way from PU Air Korea. So keep in touch for that. That'll be quite some cool stuff coming along the line. And yeah, hope to see you in the next stream. That's all for today. Have a good day, guys.